We're in Hawkhead Cemetery in Paisley, which is the biggest cemetery, and this is the main entrance into the cemetery. And you can see what the council have done to all these graves. They've pushed over all these headstones, and they've done it in multiple cemeteries in the area because they said that they were doing safety testing. This is the main bit where you first come in, so when you go into the other rows you'll see how bad it's gotten. I don't know how many graves are in here, there must be about 10,000, and there's got to be thousands of them at least that have been pushed over and wrecked. And the council are charging people money to get these gravestones removed, but they're doing it without prior warning, so they're not even telling them that they need to get people to come and get a stonemason to do work on them. They're just toppling them over and then hitting them with a bill, and if there's no relative alive then the grave just gets cleared. And these stones, the ones I've seen, the dates on them all seem to be around about an age where there wouldn't be very many living relatives left, so they're clearing the land so they can put other people in there or whatever. I don't know what they're doing, but it's absolutely appalling, the state of the place. I don't know which way to go here because it's bad every direction. I'll just go this way. I don't even know. It makes me angry because there used to be kids that would come up here and they would push them over for fun, and they used to report on the local press that kids have been up and vandalised the cemetery, but when the council's doing it the press says nothing. They encourage it.
And the excuse obviously, well not excuse, the reasoning anyway,
they said
it's because of a kid.
There was a child who died in Glasgow in a cemetery, in Craigton Cemetery, and he was climbing from a tree onto a gravestone and the gravestone toppled over and crushed him. But I've been to that cemetery and it isn't as bad as this one. I've been to a couple in Renfrewshire and they're all pretty much similar, but this one's the biggest, so it's more noticeable just how many graves have actually been destroyed by the council, and there's no outcry at all. These people, the last thing that was done for them was somebody put a stone on their grave to mark where they lie. And everything has just been ruined. Some of them are actually destroyed beyond recognition. And I don't know if you can...
I'm about to pass quite a few in a row here.
There was one I went up a walk the other day and tried to catch a few of them. But, like, it's disgusting. The council, I don't know if you can see any of the wee notices. There's wee notices every now and again.
Is there?
Put wee white arrows in the ground. The yellow ones are if they're going to topple it. And the red ones are usually the ones that they've pushed over.
Well, so is there a sign for a wee while saying that it's going to get toppled before it gets toppled, like?
I think it goes up for so long, but some of them, if they're so bad, they'll just topple them.
Like every single row
has got multiple.
Yeah. I mean, you don't see this at all up my way.
I've been to the cemetery up at your bit and it's...
Yeah, and I mean, even the one where my great-grandparents are buried, you know, that's a very, very old cemetery.
There, I don't know.
Like 1700s and what, is there a sign there?
You can maybe get out and see that.
Okay. I'll have a wee gander, hold that.
The yellow ones in the row behind.
Further to a regulatory memorial test, this memorial was found to be an immediate safety risk. We have therefore taken steps to make this memorial safe by fucking punting it down on the deck. Like, oh. I don't know how I feel about it. I mean, you know what irritates me about it? As I said, this isn't something I've ever really seen before when I'm down here. It's the fact that, as I was saying, my great-grandparents, the cemetery that they're from and that, like, well, not from, where they are, it's like 1700s and stuff like that.
There's a yellow one there.
The yellow one there? Alright, I'll have a wee look at that. So it's undergone a memorial. This memorial has undergone a regulatory inspection. So I'm assuming that if nobody contacts them, it gets punted. I don't know how it actually works. I mean, it says obviously that it's undertaken. Oh, an investigation's been undertaken. and then there's a number to contact. So what happens if they don't? Is it a case of when they contact them, they get told? I don't know. What happens though?
Well,
Or do you know?
My neighbour is elderly, she's in her late 70s, and her mum and dad are buried in Arkoston Cemetery, which is over the back. She said that they wrote to her saying it would be £400 she'd need to pay. So if they're charging, you've seen how many graves have been pushed in, if they've all been notified, how much money is the council making just from toppling people's graves? And then they have to pay again to get a new stone put up because the stones have been destroyed in most of them. So they would need to go and pay thousands of pounds to get another stone made, and they would need to then pay the council money on top of that to get permission to put a stone back down.
It sounds like a very good way to. It's just a tax, isn't it, more or less?
A tax on grieving. Because they know people want to mark.
Because I mean, they're using the death of a boy as an excuse to make money off people in many respects. Because, as I was saying, like where my great grandparents are buried, like there's graves in that grave site that are like the 1700s, 1800s and whatnot. It's ancient. Many grave sites are ancient, you know.
These ones are only maybe 80 years at most, like the older ones. Some of them are like 50, 60 years old. So they're.
This area's not so bad.
This is the more recent.
This is more recent ones, though.
But like here, I came out here and walked the other day and took some pictures.
Yeah.
So you've got.
Is there any more down that side? Because that's the one side we've no checked really.
This bit here is pretty bad. And then there's a whole whack of them just at this corner.
Jesus Christ.
And the thing is, like the cemetery, like it's a shame that a wee boy died, but why was he allowed to go and play in a cemetery, and why was he?
Well, I mean, yeah, accidents fucking happen and whatnot, but I'm thinking, I don't know.
And then this bit here, there's a memorial here. I've got relatives that died in this. That's the Glen Cinema Memorial. There's kids' graves that died in a big tragedy in the town, and even their graves have been toppled over.
Well, they've toppled kids' graves as well.
Like that road down there is the road.
Yeah, I don't really want to like piss about too much with zooming.
No, but that one is where the kids were all put to rest. So like every row pretty much has got multiple of these stones pushed over. And this cemetery's reasonably big.
We've been up that way, to the right. Can you go that way?
I'll go this way. There's a few up here. This is a bit of the older, like there's a lot more older graves up here, so you'd expect the odd one to have fallen down.
It's not my sheep. How's that only going off now?
If you're filming.
No, because I'm 8 minutes in.
Right, I'll go this way. You can see, like, some of them have put
I've seen a few, yeah.
Some of them have put these fences.
There's a rake over there, holy shit!
Which bit up here?
Aye, I might get out and have a wee look.
Oh, you can go for a wander.
Aye.
I'll just pull you in there.
Okay. Wow. I mean, there's not even like any aspect of respect shown. I don't know. Like, at least that one's been planted on its back so you can see whose it is. This has just been punted over from the back. Like some of them are even broken. Like that one's broken. Just punted. They're fucking, like, this whole place, they're just toppled. Just thought I'd show people that. Anybody in the comments from down this way, interested if you've got anything to say on the subject. It's not really something I see up in the Highlands, obviously. Well, where I'm from anyway. Admittedly, I've never seen anything quite like this before. I'm somewhat appalled, really. Anyway, that's enough, I think.